Here we are again, right in front of the Regina Police Service headquarters. Let's see what they have to charge me with now. Good afternoon, officer. Good, how are you? What's your name and badge number, sir?
Just gave
751. I like to tell my Facebook followers, so.
Just told you the last one.
Well, you can be respectful and tell me it again. I tell you my name, you tell me yours.
You don't have to tell me if I know your name, Chad.
You know my name, I don't know yours.
I just gave it to you 10 minutes ago.
They don't remember. Okay, whatever.
Sure they will.
Whatever. Anyways, so what am I being pulled over for now?
Well, we're concerned as to why you keep following the police.
Doesn't it suck being followed all the time? Being harassed, being illegally arrested against your charter rights, and being spent a night in jail. Oh wait, you didn't have to do that. Doesn't it suck having to commit suicide almost 2 hours from death, and have your station do fuck all about it?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Talk to Evan. He will gladly inform you of everything. If he doesn't help you, RCMP Division will. If they don't help you, Constable Olenek and McKenna, or Inspector Olenek and McKenna of Moose Jaw Police Service will. With all due respect, sir, until someone does their fucking job, this is how it's gonna be. Because I got harassed daily by your station, not necessarily you, sir.
It certainly wasn't.
And guess what? Nobody ever did anything about it. Nobody. I go to the Public Complaints Commission, and guess what happens? It gets thrown out. Because it's cops investigating cops.
Why do you think that is against you?
Why? Because it's cops investigating cops. And unless there is basically pardon the term, a smoking gun, they won't do shit.
Might you just stand by for a minute here? We'll sort some things out.
Okay, thank you, sir. What's your badge number this time?
925.
925 and your name?
Constable Van Mulligan.
Van Mulligan? I like that name. Cool.
I don't know if I've ever met each other.
No, do you want to shake hand or fist bump?
Where you want?
Nice to meet you, sir. How long have you been with the RPS now?
Coming up to 4 years.
Congratulations. Hopefully, maybe you'll make it to chief one day if you keep your nose clean.
That's the ticket.
That is the ticket. That's how Bray got where he is.
Yeah.
So,
Regina guy? You from Regina?
born and raised in Moose Jaw, spent 7 of the fucking worst years of my life in this city.
Okay.
I was dumb enough to run for mayor in 2012.
Okay, that's before my time.
Yeah.
In EC, so
Yeah. You Google Chad Novak, it says everything.
okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know anything about each other.
no, that's good.
Just from today to time.
I know, like I said, I don't want to be an asshole to people, but at the end of the day, 5 years ago, I attempted suicide.
Okay.
I was within 2 hours of death,
Okay.
and I'm not going to bore you with the details. If you want to hear it, I'll share it with you, but if not, that's okay. At the end of the day, I was within 2 hours of death because of the Regina Police Service attending my parents' residence in Moose Jaw, outside of their jurisdiction, off the record, telling them that I am, telling them that I am either a threat to myself or others. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. So anyways, so these 2 RPS officers, I don't know their names yet. Evan's working on it. Are you still getting that? Or?
Oh, so I'll just, I just got a list of them.
Okay, yep. So these RPS officers attend my parents' residence.
Yeah.
Tell them, no uniform, they tell them that Chad's going to hurt himself or others. If we don't arrest him now, we don't know what he's going to do. So they convinced my parents, 71 and 72 years old today, to execute a mental health warrant against me. I have bipolar. I'm guilty of that. Apparently it is. At least not with Evan, but with who was the last guy here? Hagen. In his world, in Fiaco's world, and Terry Hinks, that's a crime. But that's a whole other world. So anyways, they attend my parents' residence, convince them to get a mental health warrant executed against me. I spent 4 hours in the hospital, talked to the psychiatrist, convince him that I'm not psycho, that I'm not going to kill myself or hurt others. He releases me. less than a month later, I attempted suicide because I got in such a suppressed state because of that event alone, and they knew that. I mean, if you could charge someone with a conspiracy to commit murder, even though it's a suicide, I would love to do it, but... So that's why I'm still pissed 5 years later, because I'm just discovering this stuff now. Yeah. Because two are... Sorry? Yeah. I don't want to be here. Trust me. My wife and I are going through a divorce. I paid her May rent for her apartment. She kicks me out because I'm not shitting you. I post a picture of myself in front of the shittiest motel in Moose Jaw because she has OCD. I can't believe you're staying there. The reviews are nasty as fuck. I hope you don't bring back bed bugs. I had my great nephew in the front seat in my car. My other car is a Solstice. Had him in the front seat. What kind of irresponsible mother would allow a child to be in the front seat of that car? And she didn't know who the child was. She didn't know it was my sister or my niece, that it was her son. Didn't know any of that stuff. Didn't know that he was in the booster seat. It's a convertible. You can't put him in the back.
John, what's going on today? What's going on with traffic stop? I don't know. I wasn't there. Flipping a bird, you know, like, you think we're not going to be talking?
No, I'm glad you are, because I don't like to say this to you, but it's a publicity stunt, and it's working like a charm. It's getting attention to get Evan Bray to do his job, and to get Rick Barassa to do his job. He is. No, he's been doing an amazing job, don't get me wrong. He has been doing a great job, but if he was doing his job, those guys would have been dealt with and fired by now. So. Okay. Hi, how's it going?
Do you remember me?
Yeah, I remember you.
Jess.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to see you too.
I'm fine. I am honestly better. I'm in manic phase right now. You know Dr. Akiju?
Yeah, he left.
Did he?
He actually went. Were you just in Alberta?
Yeah.
What's where he went?
Oh, good. Whereabouts?
Calgary. Are you in Seatown?
I'm in Sylvan.
Okay. I
Best
don't know.
place for my mental well-being, I tell you.
Yeah.
Best place in the
Both
world.
he and his wife actually packed up and
I honestly didn't have any patience for him. He was a nice guy, but
Okay, well, then maybe
he wasn't very professional.
No?
No.
Okay, I never had issues with him, but I was
No, I know.
patient, so it's
Exactly.
different.
That's the
It's
thing.
different.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we've got a bunch of new ones here. If you're here, are you still,
No,
are
I'm-
you still on that Green Moss Lane?
Well, permanently, that's my legal address for my car right now.
Okay.
Well, not this car, my other car.
Yeah, you like orange and
No. Anyways, I'm going back to Sylvan. I don't know if you overheard the conversation.
I didn't.
I'm currently going through a divorce. I found out my wife of 10 years has been sleeping around with at least one man,
Sorry.
pursuing having a baby. I can't produce children. That's a long story. She
But
let
I'm
that.
sorry to hear that.
It's life, you know.
It is.
And so I come back to Moose Jaw to deal with my family, reconnecting with them. Things are actually going tremendous. Then my father. Okay, so what is your certification, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a mental health clinician, so senior assessor coordinator.
Okay, so
So I'm mental health clinician.
Okay, so
Just
my-
ask health authority.
Okay.
But I work with the police
So-
to try to help them.
okay, good. Okay, so
Not a psychiatrist.
okay, that's okay. Actually, I like that better. So, anyways, my dear parents, 71 and 72 years old, and my sister. God bless their souls. They're trying to look out for my best interest right now. My dad doesn't know what medication I'm on. My dad doesn't know who my psychiatrist is. 12 years after being diagnosed. If you didn't bother to research this, Dad, I'm sorry.
Asshole, that's what you're saying.
Like, you're my
Yeah.
father. I understand that's not your personality, but if you're going to pursue a mental health warrant against me 5 years ago, so that contributed to my suicide attempt, and you're trying to do it now, like, they're literally working on it right now. They want me to get to their house every time.
Like, go to Moose Jaw.
Yeah. And I told them, I said, I'm not doing it because I know exactly what you're doing. Because
Yeah.
my dad told me, he goes, so did you know that I don't have to actually sign off on a mental health warrant? Anybody can do it, which has always been the case, or at least as far as I remember.
Right.
I said, Dad, of course I know this. I'm 43 years old. I'm not the Chad. Like, he saw me at my worst in the hospital. I was catatonic. I couldn't talk to him, but I could see him.
Yes.
I don't blame him for still seeing that man, but this is 12 years later. He's had to, if he hasn't, I'm really pissed off, but he has to have watched all of this harassment from the RPS, all of the bullshit that I had to deal with in the election, the officers coming to my door, you coming to my door. No offense, but
I explained why I came
No, I know, and it's you're only doing your job, but at the same time,
I wanted to make sure you didn't have any criminal charges. 'Cause
I know.
Today they get pretty nervous when people are driving around after them in North Central.
well, but see
You're
that's,
following a
but see that's the thing is I follow them, they don't like it. They follow me, it's okay. You see what I'm saying? I know it's not being nice, it's not being respectful, but until Bray does his job and McKenna does his job and Brass does his job and the F division does their job.
Their job is to follow.
Oh, yeah,
Like they follow me. when
Follow people that they suspect of doing a crime. There's a difference. My worst crime is having bipolar.
And it's not a crime.
It's
so
not a
that's
crime.
Why, that's why they wanted me to come talk to you.
Yeah,
too,
and
'cause
I
they're
thank
not-
you.
They don't want you to be in trouble.
I don't
Their-
mind. I
their
don't mind if
options today,
yeah.
Would you speak to the doctor today just to make
Oh,
them
if
feel
that's
better?
what settles everybody down,
'Cause I can come
absolutely. Can I get like something written from them so I can give it to my parents?
Go on. Oh yeah.
To say I'm not
The
psycho?
hospital? No one thinks you're psycho.
My parents do. My
Yeah, they say
yes. My ex-wife that I was actually reconnecting with.
Yeah.
You're a fucking psychotic, crazy man. Blah blah
Well,
blah.
I don't think you're psycho. They
Thank
don't think you're psycho.
She took the kids from me 11 years ago.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them since because I was bipolar and I couldn't handle the
There
stress.
was a time when you're not well. and-
Yeah, of course.
Are you still on a Abilify?
No, I'm actually on Paxil.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's tremendous. I mean, this was the cool thing. Dr. Akiju and I worked out a plan. He actually, God bless his soul, got me a proof of CPP disability.
Okay.
So at least I have the income
That's
part
still, okay,
dealt
that's
with.
still in place.
Yes.
Good.
And the great part of it is, being bipolar, obviously you have to watch your depressive states and your manic states, right?
Yes. Very close.
My depressive states suck ass. That's where the Paxil helps. Not always, but the manic phase, him and I actually, and it's on, I hope it's on the record, he's fine with me simply taking Paxil. My GP in Sylvan Lake said this is all you need. He actually took the other medications from me and said, you're not taking these. I know he's not a psychiatrist, but he's a
Yeah,
doctor.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, I actually enjoy the manic side as long as I am able to control myself. And I am.
Most people do.
Most people do.
Most people do.
If they
That's
get
not-
manic,
that's not crazy.
no, if they get manic, they go naked in the street, they fucking shoot people. I don't know.
Not necessarily.
whatever they
Because
do,
I've worked
yeah.
with manic
Okay.
individuals a lot,
Like it's
and not
different levels,
necessarily-
right?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
like maybe what would make them movies.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
I'm working on my own movie, by the way.
Alright.
This is like,
I believe you would tell quite the story.
I don't even have to tell it. I literally have, last night I had an audience streaming me live on Instagram. I don't even know Instagram, Facebook, whatever the fuck they were doing. Social media. I don't know if you've ever actually Googled me or watched all of these comments that people
I
have made.
haven't.
Don't.
Okay, then it's good.
Anyways,
Meet you where you're
yeah, they tried like every insult in the book. Like, I have a lazy eye. Oh, you could see two signs at what? Oh, I'm offended.
Well, it's unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. And I'm like, you know what? Don't run for mayor again. I said, I have no fucking plans of ever doing that again. That was the worst decision in my life. But again, it was actually the best decision because it grew me some, pardon the term, balls. I actually stand up for myself now.
There's nothing wrong with being assertive, that's for sure.
And that was the thing. That was the problem that my parents saw before was the pussy Chad Novak that would let people walk over him and not stand up to them. Police officers, doctors, schools, all this shit. Now I'm standing up for myself, maybe sometimes a little too much. But at the end of the day, as long as I'm not hurting anyone, or especially myself,
Yeah.
I think that we're good. You know?
And just to add further, I appreciate you saying we would go to the doctor
Yeah.
with us today because what they get afraid of is they don't like when you're following them or afraid that it's
Yeah.
going to escalate.
I understand, and
That's all. So
I'm glad they're at least
I'd
being
rather
honest
you
about
not
that.
go to
Yeah.
cells or something like
If
that.
will they put that on a report or anything? I would love
Which part?
my following them and stuff.
Probably.
I would love, because honestly I want them to so that Ray can see it. I love Evan to death. I'm on a first name basis with him and I want to continue that relationship. But at the same time, I've given them the opportunity to do something for me this week and I haven't heard from him since Monday.
Okay.
And I know he's busy. At the same time, I wasn't asking a lot. All it would have taken was a phone call. All it took was one phone call. Elizabeth Popovich comes out. I'm like, okay, I know you're not getting off work. You're the PR person. She tries calming me down or something. I called her names I shouldn't have, but she Not in my world right now.
Okay.
Until
I
she
don't know
proves me
your
otherwise, I have no respect for her.
And that's totally your
Yeah.
opinion.
10 years ago, I had my car broken into in my residence 3 blocks from here.
Right?
They asked me to bring the car down to the station, which was fine, except for the fact that it had a pint of blood all over the car. I'm not sitting my body in this car. It made media. It kicked Fiaco out of the top story. And a year later, I finally got a formal letter from Fiaco saying, shit, sorry, we shouldn't have done that. Which felt awesome. And I'm sure he probably remembered that when I announced my candidacy, because I'm informally...
I think you remember.
No.
I think
I informally announced my candidacy on the morning that Fougere was going to announce. Deliberately, nobody knew who the hell I was. Media didn't have to do anything. They did. Holy crap. The next 2 weeks were hell. I booked the plaza to do my announcement. Fiaco did everything in his power to prevent that. Up to the morning of, I had my press conference booked for 10, I think it was. 9 a.m. I got a phone call. So you got insurance? Insurance for what? Well, in case someone slips and falls on the plaza, you know, you're going to need liability insurance. I said, you could have told me this last week when I got the permit, or the week before when I asked you about it. So I'll tell you this. If anybody does slip and fall and they sue me, guess who's getting the legal bill? And I did my press conference. Yeah, I was an asshole, and I made a woman cry apparently because I talked that way, but I stood my ground.
You're not.
I tried.
You're not the only person that is, right? I appreciate your straightforwardness.
Yep. Thank you.
So, when you want to get this over with right now, or you want to
Do we have to, or
Well, yes.
how long will it take?
Well, I can call ahead and see what's up. We were already there earlier with somebody else checking on them, so.
If you can find out how long it'll take, it'll tell me what my schedule is like. I've got a meeting 45 minutes ago, so yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.